What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Raceroni, and this is Forza Horizon 3. Now today, as you saw from the title, this is going to be the Battle of the Kitty Cats. Head-to-head challenge between the Dodge Challenger Hellcat and the Dodge Charger Hellcat. Which one is faster around a circuit track? We know in real life which one is faster in overall top speed, but today we find out which one is faster around a racetrack. So here we go, setting off for 3 laps around this circuit in the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Now, in all reality, these are two very similar cars. They run the same 707 horsepower supercharged 6.2 liter. They run the same 8-speed automatic transmission. The only real difference is the bodywork, and I believe the gear ratios in real life are slightly longer, ever so slightly longer, at least rear end gears, in the Charger Hellcat, and that's the reason why it has like 2 miles an hour higher top speed, I think it is, or 1 mile an hour higher. Oh gosh, the brakes are not what I expected them to be. Oh, that thing just slid right into the wall. Oh no. Oh no, this thing's way slidier than I thought it was going to be when it came to braking. But yeah, I think this will be a fun little comparison. Pretty much comparing the same cars, apples to apples sort of thing. Basically, it's the same thing I'd be doing if I compared something like a Camaro SS to a Chevy SS. The 4-door muscle sedan that GM provides. And I may actually do something like that, but I'm thinking Hellcat Charger versus Chevy SS. So minute 27:47 is our time on the first lap. Let's see if we can't best that in the second lap here. I think it's kind of a given that we can. If we will has yet to be seen. I guess it all comes down to my driving. But yeah, I mean, one thing that a lot of people don't mention is that this car is actually, if you figure out how to drive it, you spend enough time learning it, this Challenger, at least, Hellcat here, is actually a pretty good race car in this game. Oh, did I tap it? Did I tap it? Yes, I got it. No, I didn't. Ah! No. But, the Challenger Hellcat is actually a pretty decent race car in this game. It has plenty of power, obviously. Granted, it is a little bit heavy, as everyone knows. The nickname is the Fat Cat when it comes to the Hellcat twins. But, I mean, you have 707 horsepower that you can, if you're very careful, you can put down to the ground. You just got to keep it in a high enough gear, and you got to be light on the pedal. But when you need it, it's right there. And it handles fairly well if you learn how to control the power. If you control your trigger finger when it comes to the throttle, or your foot if you're actually using a steering wheel, well, then it's not so bad. 1 minute 14:241 is our lap in the Challenger for lap 2. Trying to focus a little bit, make sure we're not bouncing off a rev limiter or anything like that. Nope, you're not passing me, buddy. As you can see, we're running in rivals, but I'm not actually doing it with the intent of trying to actually trying to win against the rival. It's just to put down a time around the circuit. And as you can see, I have now been passed, so the likelihood of that is a little bit slimmer. And to tell you the truth, I think this one will win just because of my experience in this game so far with these these Hellcats. Is the Challenger feels a little bit better, actually. It does feel a little bit quicker because of the slightly shorter gear ratios and the lighter weight bodywork. So 1 minute 15:442 is our best without penalties. I'll put on the screen what the best one was with the penalties, because I don't count the penalties, obviously. And now we're going to do the same thing in the Challenger. Or in the Charger, excuse me. Alright, now it's time to set our time in the Dodge Charger Hellcat. As you can see, we're sporting a nice general maintenance roadkill inspired paint job here. I actually really like this thing. It looks really cool, actually. Sort of a... Damn it! Of course I did that on the first checkpoint. I still didn't hit it. Come on, this is going swimmingly. Okay, I hit it that time. In case that nobody knows, the reason why that happens is if you don't at least just barely touch the checkpoint strips, it doesn't count as going through the checkpoint. But if you even so much as nudge the outer edge of it with your mirror, that counts as a checkpoint. So you can kind of cut corners with it, but sometimes it doesn't exactly work out as planned, like right there. I'm gonna give up on that because that's gonna just screw me over completely. But yeah, like I was saying in the previous one, this is pretty much the exact same car I just drove, just with an extra couple of doors and a bigger back seat. It's like 100 pounds heavier, barely, so it doesn't make a whole bigger difference. The only thing that's cool about that's extra cool that a lot of people like about the Challenger is the Challenger in real life actually has a 6-speed manual option in it in the Hellcat version. So it's our first lap, 120.648. Not too bad, not too bad. But yeah, the Challenger offers the 6-speed manual or the 8-speed automatic, whereas the Charger only offers the 8-speed automatic because there's actually not a single model of the current Charger that is offered with a manual transmission. And actually, funny enough, probably one of the coolest manual transmission 4-door Chargers I think I've ever seen was a guy who actually took a white Police Interceptor Charger and he installed a 12-valve Cummins turbo diesel in it, a 5.9 liter inline 6 Cummins diesel in a Charger with a 5-speed or 6-speed manual, I believe. Has a big obnoxious grenade shifter top on it, but the thing's hilarious because it's white, and of course it's a diesel, so it just rolls a bunch of black coal all over the back bumper. That thing's pretty quirky, but it still has nothing compared to this Hellcat, man, I tell you. 1 minute 14.174, so I think that's it, actually. I think we already beat the Challenger. I think that's faster than the Challenger. Maybe there is something to this this extra 100 pounds. It actually helps hold this thing down on the ground a little bit more than the Challenger there. And maybe my driving's just getting a little better because I'm used to this 700 horsepower that can't stick to the ground. But anyways, we're still going to run a third lap, obviously, just for consistency's sake. But yeah, maybe that extra 100 pounds is an advantage when it comes to this thing. It actually hooks it, keeps it hunkered down on the ground. And that's one thing I think a lot of people complain about too much is the weight on a Hellcat. It's like, dude, come on. It's a big American 4-door car, or 2-door car in the case of the Challenger. But it's still a pretty big car. And you think about it, the weight of these things is not that much more than an old school one would be. You know, it's more, but it's not a ton more. So 1 minute 14.041 is our official time in the Charger. And so that means that our official winner of this shootout is the Dodge Charger Hellcat. General Maintenance over here is our winner today. And so there you have it. Our winner for the day was the Dodge Charger Hellcat. As you can see, I'm back here in the Challenger, but definitely the Challenger was the loser for the day. It lost by 0.2 of a second, even when I gave it the benefit of the doubt and I used the times minus the penalties. You know, it's the slower car, it really is, I guess. And I see why people love these things. They're massive power cars, and they're just fun. I couldn't imagine having one of these things in real life. They're just such beastly cars that are they're something that a few years ago was like inconceivable when it comes to power. And it's like nobody ever expected to see a car with 700 horsepower for, barely 70 grand. That was reserved for cars that were, $150,000 plus. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I had fun with it. I think these cars are amazing for what they are. And, I just hope you guys enjoy the video, enjoy the content. And I hope you subscribe so you can see more of this stuff. And make some more suggestions. What kind of head-to-heads do you guys want to see? And don't forget, until next time, keep racing.